The following is the work of broadcast students from the British Columbia Institute of Technology. BCIT magazine features news stories from across the Lower Mainland over the week. Responsibility for the content of the show rests completely with the students and their BCIT instructors.
Coming up on BCIT Magazine, a downtown bike lane is causing some local business owners grief.
A First Nations group and the City of Vancouver are coming together to form an official partnership.
And two Vancouver entrepreneurs want to make the scene at this market more familiar. Hi and welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Leanna McCarthy.
And I'm Rick Chung. The City of Vancouver, the bike lanes on the Broad Street Bridge may be great for cyclists and good for the environment, but as Alison Bailey found out, at least two downtown business owners say the driving restrictions that come with the bike lanes are keeping customers away.
Beautiful art decorates these shelves, but soon it may not be here.
These are some of the examples of the thousands of pieces we have in our collection of over 40 years.
Owner of Appleton Galleries, Ronald Appleton, says he has lost half his business since last July. Cars can no longer turn right onto Hornby Street because of the bike lane that continues from the Burrard Street Bridge.
Without any notice, without any consultation, the city decided that for the few cyclists who actually go through this intersection, all the vehicles, all the drivers should go 2 extra blocks. Traffic backs up where it didn't before, and it has caused terrible harm to my business. I'm at the stage where I'm ready to retire, and this wasn't the way I wanted to retire. And it certainly looks like the city has imposed an early retirement on me.
Appleton isn't the only one on his street to claim his business is suffering.
This is an operation of me and my wife, and that's the only way we are surviving nowadays, because she does everything here. She does all the cooking, all the desserts, everything. She makes everything here, because if you have to buy everything nowadays, especially with this thing happening, we cannot make it. Our business went down at least 15 to 25%. We cannot work for nothing. After all, we put 14, 15 hours a day, plus 6 days a week. For what? To accommodate the bikes?
With City Council's recent announcement that $25 million will be spent on bike lanes in Vancouver, a couple of questions come to mind. What does the city think about Appleton and Kornakia's claims, and what about all those other businesses that could soon have one of these at the beginning of their street?
I would just have to take his word for it, that he has quite a reduction in his business, but I don't know whether that can be attributed to just that right-hand turn.
Chow says a report on the effects of the bike lanes will be presented to council soon. Alison Bailey in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
We're now joined by Alison Bailey. Alison, you spoke to Vancouver City Councillor George Chow. Does he see any solutions to this?
Well, Rick, Councillor Chow says that while he doesn't see any options that would equally benefit all parties involved, he says that there are a couple of options that could help. One of those is rerouting the bike lane so that it would continue along Burrard Street and wouldn't turn right onto Pacific Avenue at all. Another is closing that right-hand turn at certain points of the day, like during rush hour. He doesn't know whether council will consider options like these. They're currently waiting for a report from city staff on the effects of the bike lane. They'll decide what to do when they get that report.
So what's next for bike lanes in Vancouver, Alison?
There's a two-way bike lane that's set to go in on Dunsmuir Street this summer. Council is waiting for another report on the design of that, and again, construction is set to begin this summer.
Thanks, Alison. History was made at City Hall this week as the City of Vancouver and the Squamish First Nations came together to forge a historic business relationship. Sam Kareem has the story.
The City of Vancouver and the Squamish First Nation came together to commemorate a historic agreement of cooperation between the two communities on Monday.
Penny, signing a paper is only a paper. It is the intent and purpose and the will that is put behind it that will make those words on that paper become a reality.
Mayor Gregor Robertson and Chief Gibby Jacob signed the agreement, and the Squamish Band also recently reacquired land from the city.
It's a real signal that the City of Vancouver and the Squamish Nation are committed to working together in stronger partnership and focusing on some clear communications and goals for us around economic development and tourism.
Robertson and Jacob exchanged gifts to mark the occasion.
Start of a new chapter with the City of Vancouver. As I'd mentioned in my speech, we've been here for a long time before the city was here.
This land right here on the south side of the Burrard Street Bridge is among that land that has been reacquired. This also includes part of Burrard Street right here, as well as the land that occupies the Molson Brewery. And according to Chief Gibby Jacobs, this could be just one of many land deals between the City of Vancouver and the Squamish First Nations in the future. Zam Karim in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
A Vancouver bylaw prohibits people from selling most food on city streets. But as Jeremy Bosch found out, 2 entrepreneurs are hoping their mobile taco trailer will help persuade City Hall to make some changes.
It may sound funny, but for the last couple of years, Dana Whaley has dreamed of waking up every morning and making tacos.
Today I have one of our breakfast options, which is scrambled eggs and fresh chorizo with avocado, roasted tomato salsa, and cilantro and onion.
But she doesn't want to do it for free. Dana and her business partner Jen have built a mobile trailer where they plan to make and sell tacos.
Dana and I did a lot of world traveling, so everywhere we went, we sort of ate in the markets because that's usually where you find the best food. And we met a lot of travelers who also set up shop in their own countries, and we just thought that would be a really great way to make a living.
To get their SPCA approved meat and organic vegetables, they shop at local markets.
When you go to places that have a lot of street food, you find that there's a lot more vibrancy on the streets. There's a lot more interaction. People are talking, they're eating, they're socializing. It just makes it feel like markets are very alive places.
One problem though, a bylaw in place that only allows peanuts and hot dogs to be sold on Vancouver streets. Jason Apple has been working with local entrepreneurs to repeal the bylaw.
On one hand, you have Coastal Health saying you don't want to crack open a market because it's going to be very difficult to manage that. And at the other end, you have City Hall, who's interested in protecting business owners and as well as protecting the vitality of the city itself. So you want to have some control over who is doing business within the city, and also making sure from a regulatory perspective that health is the primary concern.
So Jen and Dana aren't sure when or if the bylaw will be passed, but one thing's for sure, these tacos sure are delicious. Jeremy Bosch in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
Up next on BCIT Magazine, one Vancouver hair salon has chosen to focus on nostalgic hair design.
And a Vancouver band of college students is using their music to spread a plastic-free philosophy.